Kia ora whanau, and welcome to another episode of Get a Job and Get Healthy with Costas Enterprise. I am your ever-loving host, Alex Costas, as always. And today we're going to be talking, well, I'll be honest, I don't actually know what we're going to be talking about. I'm going to kind of make this up on as I go. So let's see where we go, shall we? We'll think up the title afterwards anyway. So first and foremost, we'll get through the all formalities and stuff. I did talk about last week about monetizing my podcast, and there is a monetize. There is a actual link in regards to that. I have actually had someone sign up at 99 cents a month, which is pretty amazing. Pretty happy with that. Can't actually believe that someone wants to pay for me to do this. So yeah, thank you, my loyal subscriber. I really appreciate you, and I hope to give you some more content soon. Private content, obviously. Also, in my description stuff at the bottom, you'll find my Twitter and all that sort of fun stuff. I am at the Kiwi Don if you ever want to get in touch with me. You can also email me, doncostas@gmail.com. Also talk about my website, which is www.costasenterprises.business.blog. And you can also find me on Instagram and Twitter at the Kiwi Don as well. So let's get into it. What's been going on? Well, first off, I want to say a very happy Easter to everyone that's listening. Be you, whether you actually celebrate it or not. If you get a day off, you get a day off. Me personally, it's Easter has always been quite a big time for me. And I'll be honest, it's actually been quite a sad time for me usually. Especially the last sort of 20 odd years. Before, Easter was very, very much a time when my father, my mother, myself, we'd all go over to my grandma's, and it would be sort of like a big family affair. But then my grandmother died, and we tried to do it the next year, but my father passed away. So it was very much like, my father passed away the year after. So it was about 1 year it was just us, and we tried to join with the other part of the family. Didn't really go well, and then the third one, Dad passed away, so we didn't really feel like celebrating Easter. So Easter's always been a hard time in the last sort of 20 years, but before that it was amazing. It was a truly family event. We used to have, because I am part Greek, we had Greek Easter as well. So not only would we celebrate around my nana's place, where everyone would have all the tamo salata, the bread, the pork, the beef, the salad, everything, like all of the meals. We would do that twice. So we would do that, one for Greek Easter and one for normal Easter. And there'd be Easter eggs, there'd be cake, there'd be kozonat, which kozonat is Greek bread, but kozonat is known as the Romanian styles, and it's a very sort of brioche type bread. It's quite lovely. And then, once some of the older members of the family died, and then when my father died, it's sort of like it didn't become the same sort of event. And so most Easters have been either me, my mum, and also, for a while there, my partner. So she came to a couple of our Easters as well. But yeah, it's like, I don't mind talking about it now that it was hard, and, it always is hard when it's that sort of family environment, that family sort of feeling. But yeah, it was, now we try to make the best of it with some of the traditions that we used to do. Now bear in mind that while we are Greek Orthodox, technically I don't actually follow Greek Orthodox. My nana that I talked about, that we used to go to her place to eat, and as a family, she wanted to be cremated, and of course that is not something that the Greek priest is willing to do. So the Greek priest basically told us that, she would burn in hell for choosing that particular path instead of, going in the burial pot. So as you can imagine, after that, we didn't really want anything to do with the Greek church. I have been christened a Greek Orthodox, and technically if I do get married, I am supposed to be married to someone that is also ordained under the Greek Orthodox. As you can imagine, my partner is Vietnamese and not Greek at all. And if you've ever seen My Big Fat Greek Wedding, my mother had to go through what the guy went through in that, where you have to go to a secret room, you have to be christened as a Greek Orthodox. My mother is Australian, not Greek, and has no associations with Greek either, but she has been reordained as Greek Orthodox, but grew up in sort of a very much a Catholic environment when she was young. So yeah, I wouldn't want to put my partner through that. Like, I'd rather we just get married to just get married, when we do get married, for example. But yeah, we do try to hold on to some of the traditions, like you don't eat meat on Greek Friday, on Good Friday. So yeah, it's I find other ways. You can eat fish, but you just can't eat pork or beef. So we do that anyway. And the other thing we will sort of do is we will have some Greek breads. We will do the boiled eggs, which, if you don't know about this, in Greek Easter, what we do is we all boil these eggs and we dye them on Easter Sunday, and then you crack them and you say Christos Aneste and Christos Anviat. So Christos Aneste means basically Christ has died, and Christos Aneste is Christ has risen. So you crack each egg to show that you are to see what your luck will be like for the year or the rest of the year. And if you have sort of a perfect egg where nothing is broken, then you will effectively have safe Easter and also a safe life for the rest of the year anyway. So yeah, that's one of the sort of traditions that we try to keep up. Most of our traditions are to do with food. We also try to get some Greek bread, which we don't know how to make, but the Costas is very, very nice at the place that's close to us. And one of our supermarkets actually does make it. They are probably the only place in Wellington that makes it very cheap. There is another place which is actually a Greek shop, and she's lovely, but I am not paying $17 for a Costas. I'm sorry, that's way too expensive. So yeah, that's Easter is always a fun time. As I talked about last week, the monetization. One of my subscribers has decided to actually purchase that, which I'm really, really proud of, and I will try to create a specific monetized an actual playlist for those people based on the information and the podcast that I turned into a monetized one, which is sort of like getting a job as well as talking about my Teespring stuff. So I'll try to organise that very shortly and basically record that, upload that. If you're quick, you may be able to hear it early, but otherwise, if you're not, then it will automatically go to monetization, which means that you would need to pay the 99 cents. Work has been quite busy. Just my normal work has been quite busy. We've got a whole lot of things going on, and of course, as it is normal, whenever we go away for a long weekend, everyone wants everything done straight away, which is not going to happen, like being completely honest. I mean, this is the way that the government works. It's like everyone wants to push in everything before these days so they can do this, and this, but it's not going to happen. But yeah, it's been an interesting couple of days. My boss has been away for my former boss has been away for about a week, and yeah, we've had a couple of conversations since. It was very, very interesting, and we had a good time and a good sort of farewell. I'm quite proud of the present that I managed to get her, which was a burrito blanket. She always says that she would like to, curl up as a burrito. And then when I found an actual burrito blanket, she was like, "Oh my God, I love this so much." So quite proud of my gift, actually. But as a team, we got her a whole lot of other stuff as well, which was quite nice. And sort of fitted the whole sort of comfort box, which I thought was quite nice. And yeah, it's been good. Like, we've got sort of like a replacement manager at the moment who's doing sort of two jobs in one, which is pretty much the same as what my manager before was doing. So that's going to be interesting. But she's doing two other parts herself. As for my partner, we talk every day. We miss each other very much. I did something naughty before. I took a video while I was driving and basically posted that onto her Kakao. Kakao is the program that we use to sort of talk to each other. And it's about a 2.5 minute, and it's just going around our bays here in Wellington. So very, very quick. It wasn't the whole bays, obviously, because that can be like a 30-minute, 40-minute video. And yeah, so I think I sort of made her a little bit happy that she got to see a bit of New Zealand, even though she's been only gone like 3 weeks or 2.5 weeks now, I think, I still want to sort of let her know what's out there, let her know that, New Zealand is still here, I'm still here for her, and no matter, what happens, is I will always try to get her back here. So yeah, it's been quite a cool little, it was quite a cool little video, which it was nice. I mean, I didn't do any editing, it was literally hold it, try not to breathe too much while I'm taking the video so that it doesn't get picked up in the microphone. And I think it did quite well. What else has been going on? I am still doing the MetaMask thing. I actually secretly bought another MetaMask. Someone listed one for 0.03 Ethereum, which was about $80, and I was like, you know what? I'm grabbing that because I'd be a fool not to. So now I have 7 masks, which means I am, closer and closer to my goal of like 10 or more. Like if I get more, I get more. But now it means that I can mint sort of 2 more, and when hopefully the promotion is still going, and those 2 more will give me an extra 1, which will take me to 3. Of course, giving me a total of 10 masks, which is ideally when I want to be before the passive income does actually hit. But yeah, I'm still loving it. I still love the community. I sort of did a little competition for my MetaMasks for the people that are actually holding, and they entered the competition, they promoted, they did what they were supposed to, and one of the people hit me up, and we did like a 2-hour session. We did a 1-hour session of a 2-hour session, just basically shooting the shit, figuring out what we can do together, and if I can help them in any way, basically just offering passive income as well as just general business sort of ideas of what they could do. And I think we found something which would be quite cool, and I hope they go forward with it. And it'd be really, really cool to see this grow, and all that sort of stuff as well. So I felt quite good about it. I felt nervous originally because I was like, what am I going to talk about? It's 2 hours. Like, we ended up talking for about an hour, but he still owed another hour, and it was quite easy to talk to. It was also really, really good to have an idea of where people are at with what they're doing, and just me listening to him and going, okay, cool, what about this? Have you thought about this? Have you thought about this? And offering potential solutions that he could, follow in his passive income thing. I really, really enjoyed doing that because it makes my mind wander, and it makes me go, what could I do? What could they do? What skills do they have which I could possibly go, okay, well, you could do this, this, and this. I love identifying people's skills and then thinking about it and going, well, what do I know that they know? Or what could they bring to my table that I could go, well, hang on, have you thought about this, this, and this? Like just seeing that opposite side, just seeing that box, and then going, how do I think outside that box for this person? I really, really enjoyed that. That was really, really good fun. So I look forward to doing it a couple more times to some of the other people that will win. I run this competition sort of monthly at the moment. So it's I think it's going to be a really, really cool thing to think about, and I do hope they go forward with it. Shout out Henry, you know who you are, brother. I think if you go forward with what we talked about, it's going to be a very, very interesting thing, and I think it could do really, really well. That's been pretty much my week. I've just finished doing the Easter shop, which, if you've ever done shopping on sort of the day before Easter in New Zealand, it is so much fun. Basically, for some stupid reason in New Zealand, so we close our shops on Good Friday and Easter Sunday, which is pretty standard. Most people do that. But for some stupid reason, a whole lot of Kiwis go, oh God, the shops are going to be closed for 2 days, and they're not even together, they're a day apart. I have to do all of my weekly shopping and buy extra shopping in case something happens. And it is fucking crazy. Oh my God. I spent 20 minutes just trying to get through, and I was like, what the fuck is going on? I spent 20 minutes at the till, and I was like, okay. And I mean, granted, I was one of the same people going, I need to do my weekly shop, But part of that was because I was like, I know they're going to close, and I know I can't be here Friday, and I know I'm running out of food, but had I been really smart and gone, actually, I should do this shit on Wednesday, but Thursday, like the Pack and Save, which is kind of like our version of, I suppose it'd be kind of like a Costco, but not as good as Costco, as I could say that. Like we don't do full bulk buy. It would be more like, it's not like a Target, but it's more like a Costco. So it's mostly groceries. But yeah, there are some crazy people out there that are just like, sitting in the middle of the aisle, having a conversation. It's like, come on, guys, it's the day before Good Friday. It's like peak time when people are going to be trying to find food, and you're fucking like talking, having a little happy conversation in the middle of the aisle, especially the vegetable aisle, which I don't know about if you know this, but most places where they have the vegetable aisle, it's not very wide, like especially in New Zealand. Like we managed to sort of make them quite small. Now the Pack and Save has a little bit, you got room to move around, but if you went to something like a New World, which is kind of like just a general supermarket for us, the vegetable aisle in New World is ridiculous. It's like this thin aisle where they try to lump every vegetable and all that sort of stuff, and unless you've got one of the bigger New Worlds, of course, and they try to put everything in there, and then people stop in the middle, and you're like, what are you doing? Like, just go to the side or go around the corner where the lanes open up and you can actually have a conversation if you need to. So yeah, apart from that little rant, it was quite good. I managed to get everything I needed to, and it wasn't super expensive. It's the same thing in Christmas. On Christmas Day we close and Boxing Day we close. So for those 2 days, the New World or the supermarket, sometimes on Boxing Day, sometimes they are open, but definitely on Christmas Day, everything comes to a standstill. Everyone does their shopping on Christmas Eve. It's ridiculous. It really is ridiculous. And I am one of those people too, so I'm not going to be like, oh, those guys are idiots. No, I'm one of the idiots as well, because I do it. I'm like, oh, I better go do my shopping. Like, I have a day where I can't do my shopping. Like, rather than going, actually, I'm okay, I don't have to worry about shopping, I go, no, I need to do my shopping. So, yeah, good times. But, yeah, other than that rant, it's been a pretty, pretty good week. Haven't done any study yet, but I'm going to be doing some study probably on Easter Saturday, and just trying to basically start building my actual assignment on the thing that I'm working on, which is the entrepreneurial course. On the weekend, last weekend, on the Saturday, I managed to go see my best friend and their child, him and his wife and his child. Loved that. It was so much fun. Got to play with the little kid a little bit and got to read him a bedtime story. Yes, I am a little bit clucky. I love that shit, and I love doing the voices of the Gruffalo's daughter, I think it was in this one. And just seeing his little eyes light up, oh, it was amazing. Really, really loved it. This is the same child, I think I told you guys about an episode where we had to basically write a letter to this kid. When he will turn 18, they will give him the letters. And then, I did an episode about, like, what would I write to myself if I was in the same position? Like, what would I try to teach myself, my 18-year-old self, and go, hey, look, you really, don't fuck around with your money, don't buy what you can't, all that sort of stuff. I would try to do that. Be more confident with things that you don't need to be. Don't be afraid to read, like all that sort of stuff. I would put in my own note to myself, and I did put a very nice note to him as well. So yeah, I really enjoyed the time with the family and stuff. It was really, really cool. Of course, I am spending a lot more time with my family rather than trying to stay alone and stuff, because as soon as I stay alone, I start, I don't think straight. Let's just leave it at that. It's not exactly the best for me, but I try to do what I can. I started rewatching TV shows, the Daredevil TV show, the Marvel Netflix one, which is now on Disney Plus, which I just find funny. So yeah, it's been a pretty, I'd like to say it's been pretty productive. But yeah, there's little things like that which are keeping me sane during this time while Hong's not here, while I'm going through all the other stuff that I'm going through. Like, and Hong is my partner. I know I should just call her my partner and not reveal her name, but you guys are family, you guys are whanau, so yeah. Sometimes I do let it slip. But yeah, it's been a really, really good and productive time, and I just look forward to surging through and trying to, build what I need to and do what I need to. My node that I told you guys about, which is part of the MetaMask passive income, is currently sitting at about $2.70 of this particular coin. And yeah, it has grown. I'm not expecting mega bucks, but at the same time, like, as soon as I can start building those nodes and it just compounds and gets better and better and better, that's actually what I'm looking forward to. And then cashing it out and hopefully retiring young, retiring rich, buying the property that we want, do all the stuff that we're looking at doing. And yeah, I think it's going to be one of those really, really interesting times in my future, and it's just about planning for that and making sure I am sticking to it as well, because that is a problem with me. I do get really excited about some stuff and then just sort of drip off, like my passive income, for example. I haven't really done much in my Redbubble stuff. I haven't touched Teespring at all. I'm going to be completely open and honest. But that said, I am looking at doing another little thing, and those will be coming soon. So it'll be interesting. I'll sort of talk you guys through my journey, as I always do. This time I'll be looking more of an Etsy shop, but it won't be just like an Etsy shop for print on demand. It'll be more of an Etsy shop using the importing and exporting of products. So yeah, that's going to be very, very interesting. I'm not exactly sure how we're going to do it to start off with, but we'll definitely see, and I will see what I can try and wrangle and give you guys a sort of a more of a background in a future episode when we do actually launch. This is a joint venture between me and my partner, and yeah, hopefully all goes well, and it'll give us both something to do and keep along with. So yeah, really looking forward to doing that as well. Other than that, guys, I think I should probably end the episode here. There's not really much else to talk about at the moment for me. Have a fantastic Easter. Take your time. Stay safe as always. I know there's still Omicron and all the other fun deltas and all that sort of bullshit that's still around. We have a bit of an outbreak in New Zealand now, and it just grows every year. So it's not a matter of if these days, it's a matter of when we get COVID. So yeah, unfortunately we're at that stage in life. So everyone stay safe, make sure you're looking after yourselves, do all the things you're supposed to. I've previously talked about if you're vaccinated or not, or if you're not, if you got your booster or not, sort of shit. I'm not going to go into that again. Like, just, you guys know, stay safe. As always, I love you guys and look after yourselves. And as always, good luck.